So, they land in Amsterdam, and while they're there, they go on a date, and it's been paid for by the author that they're going to meet, which is very cool. This is the first time that they have champagne, and the waiter tells them that it tastes like the stars. Roll credits. They visit the author, Peter Van Houten. Hazel has even dressed up like the main character of An Imperial Affliction, name of the book, but he turns out to be a complete jerk who would rather drink scotch and bully his assistant than answer questions about his book. They leave, angrily. They visit a museum, not so angrily, and then they make love. Sex. Also, joke's on you, optimists. Augustus's cancer is back, and it turns out he skipped starting his chemotherapy so that they could go to Amsterdam. With this, Green reminds us that, quote, the world is not a wish-granting machine, end quote. So, they fly back to Indiana, and you get a time skip to an average day with late-stage cancer Gus, and all you need to know is that they really love each other. However, Augustus's condition deteriorates quickly, and one day Augustus calls Hazel because he wants to hear their eulogies for him since he won't be able to hear it when he's dead, and he fears that he will die soon. Hazel and mutual friend Isaac do a practice pre-actual funeral eulogy for the still-alive Augustus, where they pour out their feelings and cry. Then they cry again 8 days later when Augustus dies. Nice. Sad. Hazel goes to the official funeral of the now actually super dead Augustus Waters, and she doesn't like the funeral because they're actually for the living and not for the dead. After the funeral, Hazel finds out that Augustus was writing something, presumably for her, and wants to know what it was. Surprise, surprise, Hazel finds alcoholic jerk Peter Van Houten in her car. And we find out that Van Houten's daughter died of leukemia, and he divinely reveals, grief does not change you, it reveals you. Except that's his saying, and Hazel disagrees. The end.